Peace, y'all. It's your girl, Vina J. And for this episode of the Konfession Korner Podcast, we have none other than three-time Emmy nominated cultural analyst, Bryant BeMo Brown. In this episode, we discuss what it means for identity to be structured and to be shaped by understanding Black culture and Black history, the impact of that, and how to contribute towards community. Also, we have a great time with our crafting activity, and we get a little deep with our deep confessions. So, if you're ready with me, let's go ahead and talk to the man himself, Bryant BeMo Brown. Peace, everybody. It's your girl, Vina J here, and welcome to the Konfession Korner. We have a very special guest today. Y'all know this is one of my. I would have to say you are like one of my favorite people. Actually, no, for real. No, I'm not lying. Like I'm really being serious.
Serious.
You're really one of my favorite people to have conversation with, to sit down with, to really just exchange energy with, because it's never really any dull moment. We get each other, be like, oh, okay,
yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Okay, bet. But we have a very special guest today. I'm going to let him explain who he is, introduce himself, all the great things that you do. And, take it away. Go ahead.
V, what's poppin'? What's up, y'all? My name is Bryant Brown, but I remind folks to BeMo, so they call me BeMo. So you can call me BeMo as well. Mm-hmm. I am how do I put this? I am a multi-Emmy nominated broadcast journalist, an award-winning culture analyst. We have different podcasts, Wake and Bake with BeMo, which is now the best morning show in the DMV. A Few More Minutes, another award-winning podcast. We just started a podcast network, Synced, a community broadcast network, so make sure y'all go check it out. This is not the shout-out time. This is who I am. Right? We started.
You can still do it.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
Yeah, so we started a community broadcast network called Synced. I am the founder of that and executive producer there. I'm a thinker, a writer, soon to be, I am a boyfriend. I know that's embarrassing now, but I am a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of that. And I'm very excited to be here, Vina. Talk about somebody I love to talk to.
Yeah,
because we just, you know what I'm saying?
We get it. And I remember being on the phone with you, I think, for one of our meetings. And I was like, I was on the phone with BeMo for a good hour and some change. I was like, damn, I'm going to go ahead and let him go ahead and enjoy his weekend. But I was like, wow, really sitting with you and having a conversation. And it's not very surface level in a way, but it doesn't have to always be deep too.
Right.
We do have very silly convos and interactions, and I'm appreciative of that, whether it be about work, whether it be about self, whether it be about the culture. I'm just really appreciative of that. I was like, I don't really know who to find as a peer in the space. I had some people, but I wanted to have someone who was synonymous to understanding or amplifying more, to say, the Black culture.
Right.
And I'm not saying that my other peers don't. I believe that there are some people who do in their own particular way. But for you specifically, I said, okay, this is a good role model. This is somebody. No, for real, you was. Because I'm listening to you speak, and it's so eloquent. It has so much charisma. Mm-hmm. And it's knowledge filled, though. It's not just unstructured. It's not, I'm just here and just speaking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I really wish that, I hope that you understand the impact that you do have within broadcasting, podcasting, hosting, just being the voice of that, because it's very needed. And I tell you this all the time. It's very needed. I don't even want to say impressed. I am just grateful, to be honest. For real. And I don't know if I think I've told you that before. It's just really good to know that someone else has a voice out here that is amplifying the culture in a specific type of way with knowledge behind it. Because some people just be talking, and I'll be like, huh? But it's okay. But yeah.
No, that's wow. Am I purple on screen? Because I feel like I'm definitely blushing at him. My sister producer, my little purple. My gosh, man. But I will say the benefit of what you just said from my perspective. I just found out how old you are.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know you were that young, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a baby.
Yeah,
I'm 28.
I just turned 28.
Know.
That's crazy to me. But okay, so this will be a slight dark for a second. But
yeah, go ahead.
One of one of my photographer friends, a pair of their friends, they actually just lost like their little young boy, like the person they used to mentor. Right?
I think I heard about them. Yes, so sad.
Markel,
it was
I
so
think
sad.
It's 23, 24 years old.
Yeah, he was a baby.
And this is 2 weeks ago. And so now I'm 36, about to turn 37.
When's your birthday?
May 24th.
May 20. Okay, because it was around the summertime. Okay, I remember. Yep. Okay, got you.
Now I'm looking at the young people who are coming up under me and calling me mentor. I'm looking at y'all different now. Y'all a little more precious. Because, like, you would think somebody 23, 24, oh, they going to live at this nigga going to outlive me.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
But he didn't.
And so I'm just more appreciative of the people. And when you say something like that, it's just like, not only am I appreciative that you see me that way, but also that you're a recipient of what you think I'm laying down. Because what you described is my mission. I do want other folks to feel empowered to tell our stories with authenticity and integrity. Yeah. I want people to talk about that with a strong knowledge base and be passionate about it. So the fact that you picked that up from me and then you also exhibit that in the work that you do.
Because I like
You're impressed. I'm beyond impressed.
Please,
come on.
I was thinking about it because, you know, I've and those like to him. Love. He's a peer. Yeah. Love Deontay Kyle.
Love him.
Yeah. Down. My God. However, I was like, people were, I think when he started to become more prevalent because of the podcast and of his podcast, and I'm sitting there like, listen, I'm like, okay, you know, there's another brother in the fold. We good. But I'm thinking like, I know somebody that's kind of like already here doing a thing, and people are like, I never heard nobody that. I'm like, wait, hold on, like, and I think it's all about just like, you know, the blooming of all the things that you do, and people who haven't, you know, been introduced. I'm not trying. It's not to say like, oh yeah, you haven't hit X, Y, and Z. You're Emmy nominated.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You have awards. You have accolades. You have the things. You have the knowledge, and I think I was like kind of like, y'all never heard of BeMo Brown? Like BeMo Bryant, BeMo Brown, like, but that's all just to say like how I know like what the work is that you do and how I feel like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and track along with the mission, track along with just doing the same thing in a different type of way. I know that you talk to, you know, artists. Have you talked to politicians? Has that been a thing for you? I have not
talked to I have politician friends.
Okay.
But they have admitted to me they don't want to talk to me on
camera. Okay.
I know why.
Okay.
You know why.
I know why.
Because I'm going to ask them the question that they can't get around, and I'm going to press them on something that they don't want to explain, and that'll be the end of the friendship and interview.
Yeah, but I think just seeing the reach that you have with certain people, especially in community, is important too. And I see it's a very tasteful type of maneuvering. A lot of people that I see on podcasts, or not even a lot, I don't want to say I see few podcasters or people who are like, you know, voicing their opinions and stuff like that. It's kind of in a way where it's like, okay, yes, we know like the black culture, we have been appropriated, we have been undermined, we have been, you know, all these things, but like I like the way that you dissect and analyze and get into it. But I feel like I'm about to go into my first question, but before we go into the questions, BeMo, I want to get to our I Must Confess segment.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you're familiar. I feel like you're familiar with this segment.
But I want you to talk about it.
Okay. So the I Must Confess segment is just being present and expressive with where you're at right now. You know, you're going to start off with saying, I must confess. Yeah. That could be where you're at mentally. That could be where you're at, you know, within work, within yourself, within family, wherever you feel like you're at right now. So it could be like, you know, I must confess. For me, jeez Louise, I'm becoming more grounded and okay with learning different paths to get to where I want to go. Yeah. Not the most convenient ones. I feel like I found comfort and convenience within the past 2 or 3 years, and has had this ongoing contribute towards like cycles that I like don't want to have. So I'm like, okay, I could find better ways to get to to the things that I want, rather than just like being comfortable in convenience and be like, oh, I did it this way for X amount of years. It's like, maybe I'll have some more fun finding another path just to get to where I want to be, and that's okay. So I mean, that's me in my things, in my confession. I'll let you go.
That's good though. That's wise.
Ain't it? I
It's
said it.
wise.
I was praying.
Sometimes
Sometimes I say outside, and I say my prayers outside. Sometimes I say it in my head.
Right.
God know my heart. But I was saying it, and it just flowed. And I was like, damn, that was kind of. I put it in my journal and shit. I was like, damn, that was kind of good. That's kind of good. That's kind of good. I didn't mind that one. That's all right.
No, that's when you reserve space for only one path.
Yeah.
It limits your ability to be imaginative of how you're going to get to your ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you get to the goal and you look back at the path that you thought was the best path, you're like, oh, actually, that was trash. I should have never went that way.
We could have had a better footing on that path. We could have went a different direction. We could have, stopped. We could have, whatever the case may be. But yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's good though.
I was like, damn, that's kind of all right.
Accept my past.
Right. Let me go this way. Hey, I see you're enjoying the episode so far. So why don't you go ahead and subscribe, like, comment. Maybe not comment right now. You can comment after the episode. But make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I'll wait. Mix up my lines here. You subscribed? Oh, okay, cool. Let's get back to the episode.
Okay, I must confess
Yes.
that in this season of my life, the things that are coming up to me are like anxiety and jealousy.
Really?
Boy, I be jealous, boy.
Really?
We'll start with anxiety. I am, when you live the life that we live, this independent journalist life, when you're trying to sustain yourself off of the efforts that you put out into the world, sometimes, not even sometimes, there is a time gap between what you expect and when it will come.
Okay.
So by putting out all these things, we're starting all these projects, we're creating all these pilots, we're doing all these special activations. But there is a gap between when we put it out and when the benefits come in.
Like the gratification comes and whatever. Okay, gotcha.
So right now we're in that gap. So right now I'm just kind of like waiting, like, okay, when's it going to happen? We put it out. When's it going to happen? And honestly, that's pretty much my entire entrepreneurial career.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. It's about to happen. Not happening yet? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll say jealous because like Deontay Kyle is such a great example.
Because I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know how people gonna feel about. Well, what do you mean? Like, I need people to do research.
Yeah, there is. When I first saw Deontay Kyle, somebody sent me his reel, and my immediate response was like, "Man, this is familiar. This looks really familiar." Not to say, that he saw me on Wake and Bake with BeMo was like, I need to do that and replicate it and did it again.
And I think there's different backgrounds. I think
There
like,
are.
and not trying to say like, it's from an uneducated standpoint, but I think I just know of you and like where you come from, your education, your matriculation through the business, through the industry, and it's not to say that he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? There's no contributing towards his, but like, there's a difference, and that's fine. Love Deontay though.
Love him. But I would be lying if I told you that I wasn't jealous of his perceived success. That I see him in rooms with people that I'd want to have conversations with. I see him get the social media attention that I think I would want. And a friend of mine, Candace, she said, when you recognize jealousy, that's kind of how you know God is real. That's kind of how you know that the opportunities that you want, the things that you're seeking, your expectations, they exist. And you have the energy to go get them, but at the moment, it's just not your time. Like I told you, that space in between
that gap.
action and gratification. So I'm learning to deal with that jealousy and recognize that our places, our positions, even him, like when I first saw him, it was like 2 years ago, it looked like we were doing the same thing. But now the more he grows and the more I grow, I can definitely tell a more definitive difference between the two of us. So I'm no longer like jealous per se, like I want to be in that position, because I recognize that the position that I want to be is not the position that he's going towards. So I can recognize that. I can recognize my own feelings and tension towards not reaching goals that I wanted, or like I just said a second ago, seeing him reach those goals and being like, I ain't want that.
Yeah,
I ain't
there's
want
some
that.
things that you didn't want. Yeah,
I didn't want that.
yeah.
I thought I wanted that, but I seen somebody achieve it.
Yeah.
Now I don't want it. So that's why I have to confess, like I'm dealing with some anxiety and some jealousy.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. I love the fact that you said, well, your friend gave you that bit of like when you are experiencing jealousy, you are facing now you realize God is real, because it's like, okay, what I prayed for, what I manifested, what I wanted isn't somebody else's palm, and it's like, damn, I feel like we've been doing the same type of thing. Like, am I not doing this more? Do I need to do less? But it's very affirming to know that it's possible.
Very true.
It's very affirming to know that it's possible, and I think I've experienced that too with seeing some platforms who have similar missions as mine, but this is going to sound shady. Damn. I don't know if it's going to sound shady. I've seen, wait.
Okay.
And maybe not in a peer space. Not in like a within the DMV regional, not in that space, but I think on like a very national, celebrity. I see these celebrities just get a podcast mic and they start, or they go on a television, TV show, and they start a TV show, whatever the case may be, because it's like their break time. And I'm like, damn, like these conversations are cute, and I think because they're in proximity to these people that they're able to like, talk to their manager, talk to them, and have them on the show, have whatever, but. But the conversation is just kind of like, I'm like, low key, I've constructed a space where the conversations are a bit more flowing, bit more intentional, bit more hearty than these celebrities.
Yep. But then you on XY channel, you on Fox,
they on all these.
You got all the trappings of success.
And I'm like,
you asking these basic ass questions. No,
this shit sucked. Like, it sucked. It sucked. It was one. I don't want to say that because people be digging up stuff once you become famous. So I believe.
Lena said
no. Lena J has stated it, but I'm gonna keep it very cute and keep it very like broad. But there is one particular talk show host who they had just they had just created a talk show within the past year, 2 years, I believe. 2 years, maybe. I believe so. I'm not too sure. And very, very welcoming with the intention. I think people got a lot of like, oh yeah, I love the fact that it's a very welcoming space. But when I'm sitting and looking at it, I'm like, this ain't. And I feel like when I look at the camera, y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. It's not as it's not as fulfilling as I would like it to be. Yeah. I think that they would be a great host for something like that, but I don't think it's as much as I would like it to be. I think it's very like, we know them for this one thing, and they utilize the one thing on the show. It's very beautiful, but I think the conversational piece is kind of like, it's just very like skated over. It's very like, okay, what's new, what's going on, da 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 da. Oh yeah, great, cool. I don't know if there's like and not everything got to be so deep and intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but it can still be a good conversation.
It could be a good conversation. I think it's very it's tasteful to daytime television. I think people look forward to it. Yeah. But in your example, I see that, and I'm just like, okay. But I know that's not what I have in my mission, not what I have in my vision, and that's not what I want to present. I like to make sure the conversations are intentional, still space for fun, still space for like flexibility and whatever, but I like to make sure that we're getting to know the guest, or we're getting to understand their perspective, or like even analyzing new perspectives and things of that nature and bringing that to the conversation. So yeah, but I understand. All that to say, I just understand.
You see what I'm saying?
all that to say, I understand. Like, there are some though I am a very big fan of, and I'm just like, damn, this is kind of good.
Right.
I love it. This is not too bad, but yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but BeMo, for my first question for you, I always read up because I like to make sure like, we're friends. So I'm always like, okay, yeah, but BeMo's amazing. He's a broadcaster for all these things. But I was like, damn, let me actually look up the things that BeMo does. I had saw that, cultural analyst. Yeah. Right? Can you tell us a little bit about that and like how that skill you had to build that skill to be a culture analyst, and what does it mean to you to do that?
Great question. So I would say, okay, to answer your question, I think that happens in two ways.
Okay.
So the title of culture analyst is a result of work that I did with a marketing agency.
Okay.
So just to give a little backstory on that. Well, this actually answers the question. So the title comes after I worked with a marketing agency, and this is during the Summer of Enlightenment. So this is after Breonna Taylor. This is during George Floyd. This is after all the DEI promises. This is when niggas was making money.
Yeah, they said we're gonna give y'all. Would that be a form of reparations in this
That's
sense?
what it felt
like a little piece of crumb of reparation, a little piece of crumb of a crumb like this
just
small.
A little taste, right?
It's a little bit.
Actually, one of my first projects when I was with the marketing agency, they asked me to basically itemize and make an inventory of all the corporate DEI promises.
Okay.
And kind of like grade them on, like create a scale and then grade them. And the top company, I think it got like 99 out of 100 on my little scale, was Target. Target was $200 million a year. They were giving to black businesses and people who were creating black businesses. They were putting products in store. They had changed corporate.
Because that's when Tabitha had got. That's when everybody got
on.
Yeah, everybody got into Target.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So when they make that turn, to me, it felt personal. Because, like, here I am. I graded you the best. And you actually the first people to break our hearts.
Yeah, that was terrible. Haven't been to a Target since.
Okay, so, right.
Can't remember.
Me either. So, one morning, got the morning show, Wake and Bake with BeMo. Yeah. In which, on Wake and Bake with BeMo, we do cultural analysis. So, it looks like a morning show. It's supposed to remind you of, like, Russ Parr.
I was going to say, I'll be tuned in at work because I wake up at, like, 5? I go to work at 5 a.m. Yeah. And I remember when you was, like, going through, you would see me. I'm in there. I'm watching.
I see you.
I'm present. I'm present. I'm like, this is my little coffee. I got my little coffee, got my little toast.
Yeah,
my desk. Here. Yeah, I'm here. And I love it.
The difference between them, though, is I feel like they do a lot of, like, playing. It's a lot of, like, jokes, which we have fun on the show.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to be, like, true analysis of what's happening within the culture. So me and Imani started the show during the pandemic because I hadn't, like, hosted anything in a long time. So we started doing that show. Mm-hmm. And just naturally, this is how I talk. I talk in a very analytical way about the culture. So the show picks up, it keeps going. I remember one morning, and this is how we get to the title. One morning, the CEO, the COO, the HR lady, the partners of this marketing firm, black marketing firm in DC, they all log onto the show, like almost like back to back. And I'm like, what's going on here? Oh, and sure enough, I get off the show, and I get a phone call like an hour later. They're like, hey, how would you feel doing what you do on the show for the agency? And that is where they were like, you could be our cultural analyst, someone who can come in and actually give context about what's going on in Blackness so that we are moving in the appropriate ways.
Yeah.
That's how the cultural analyst comes in. But to answer the other part of your question, which is how do you become that? Like, how did I study to do that? That's like Lord. It's a little bit of a long one. I think it might answer part of another question.
Yeah, go ahead. Get into it.
I grew up mostly in Missouri. Like, I spent first grade through ninth grade in an all-white town in Missouri, Jeff City, Missouri. I was like one of 3 black kids in my entire class.
Right.
My freshman year of high school, we moved to Mississippi.
Okay.
And we moved, actually the place we moved to was on the campus of a historically black college and university. And I remember the first day we got there, I was nervous because I'd never seen that many black people together at one time. And I was like, oh, are the stereotypes true? Are they going to rob me? That's what I remember thinking that.
Lord have mercy. That's scary.
That. So I was like, okay, I need to come in better contact with my blackness. And so fast forward like a couple years, I'm doing this research project with Mississippi Valley State University, which is at HBCU. And while I was at high school, I'm noticing all the black boys in my class are like D students on average. Like, these niggas are like on average failing.
Wow.
And so we had every every year in science, you have to do a science fair
Project,
right?
absolutely.
And so I remember I came home and I asked my mom, which project should I do? I was going to study electromagnetism, where I was going to put some, some current through some magnets and see what happens.
See what happened. That's it.
And then I told my mom, I was like, but I really want to know what's going on with like why all the black kids are failing in my class.
And that was naturally what you wanted to know. Wow.
Yeah. And she was like, that should be your science fair project then.
Yeah.
And so I wrote, I did some surveys. I wrote a thesis. I was in contact with the Department of African American Studies. My man, Dr. Ricky Hill out of Mississippi Valley State University. At 14, I published my first paper. And the paper was discovering what was this education gap happening with black boys in Mississippi. And I found all of these factors. We went all the way to the National Science Fair my junior year with that paper.
Wow.
It was
Impressive.
a great time. Yeah, we won the Mississippi State Science Fair in the category of sociology.
Yeah.
We went to the National Science Fair, which was a great time.
Yeah, for you naturally wanted to know like what was going on.
What's going on? And so when you ask like, how did you study to become an analyst? It started with pure curiosity about what's going on around me. Why am I different? What makes me different from the scores of black boys around me who I just don't understand. I just don't get it. And so we studied and we found out. And that just leads into a life of really studying and analyzing blackness. We take that to Howard. We take Howard into teaching. We take teaching into entrepreneurial life. And then we end up as a culture analyst.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Amazing. So it's kind of like more of like in the way that I conceptualize it, because, just being a social worker and I understand like seeing people's passions and seeing different patterns of people, it's like, well, what type of thing is that? And for you, I had realized like it's basically like mirror work. In a sense to me.
Okay.
I could see that as more of like mirror work, because you are, you had to get in touch with your own blackness. And actually having that experience of like, now seeing more black folk in one space and stuff like that, I feel like taking that information or having that curiosity, going to go ahead and find out like, why is this, that, and the third. It's like, look, y'all, this is why this is that and the third. To me, it's kind of like holding up a mirror to a certain type of collective. The collective being black folk.
Right.
And I think that with the work that we do, it is very important. It's not to chastise, it's not to, whatever case may be, but it's in simpler terms just to analyze what we got going on. I want to know, what do you, you like that?
No, that was good.
Okay.
That was good. Yeah, okay.
just in a sense. And I want to know, like, how did that contribute towards your identity? Do you feel like it assisted with it? Do you feel like it kind of like challenged you a bit more, like with your blackness, or just your identity your identity as a black man? Do you feel like?
Yeah, I mean, now that you say the mirror work is interesting, I'm gonna have to unpack that as I'm taking the train back to PG County. But no,
Let it marinate.
Right. Okay. So. Okay, I'm an old man, so I got to talk.
Let me marinate.
So right now we looking at like ice snow.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's gonna be presented in like May.
Yeah, it'll
summertime. It's gonna be different.
You'll see grass by the time you see this.
Right.
We ain't here cold right now. but
like,
just as a reminder, so it rained, it snowed, and then it rained, and now it's freezing.
Yes.
So there are like layers, like tempered layers of this snow ice type situation, right?
With you.
When I lived in Mississippi, here's what was fascinating. Me and my mom were the first black family on the white side of town in 2003, which is crazy.
Yeah, in 2003.
In 2003, we were the first black family to own a house on this particular side of town. And the only reason they sold it to my mother is because my mother bought it from Missouri, and they didn't know what she looked like.
Dang.
So when we pulled up and was like, no, I'm Renelle, they were like, wait.
First of all, Renelle.
Come right. Put it together. Put it together. You know white folks not that bright.
That's a black woman's name.
So, because we were the only black family, and I chose to go to the black high school. There was a private high school, Pillow Academy, which is hilarious. It was all white school called Pillow Academy. Like, they was putting pillows over their heads. Anyway.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, right, exactly. Called Pillow Academy. I went there for, I think, 3 days. and was like, no. Now, mind you, I'm coming from an all-white environment.
Already.
Went to the all-white high school in Mississippi. It was like, oh, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, I'm not
going to make
it.
In Mississippi? No.
It was too many. It was too many red flags.
So because I went to the all-black high school and there had never been a black family that lived on that side of town, there was no school bus to take me to and from school.
So you had to walk.
I had to walk. Mm-hmm. So I had to walk.
You was one of them with it. I had to walk whenever you had kids.
35 miles every day.
In the snow.
In the snow of Mississippi. We done lost a tree. I had to walk my 35 miles in Mississippi snow to and from school every day. But what's interesting, and when you get a chance, and if your listeners get a chance, I want you to YouTube Greenwood, Mississippi.
Okay.
You will see, and this is not even hyperbolic, you will see some of the worst poverty you've ever seen in your life.
Wow.
So imagine I'm walking home from Greenwood High School every day, and I'm walking through the worst poverty you've ever seen, and I cross a bridge, and it's literally the street that we lived on. It's voted several times the most beautiful street in America.
Wow.
I'm literally walking from the worst looking things I've ever seen on American soil to the most beautiful things every day for 2.5 years.
The scenic route just shifts gradually.
And it just layers.
Wow.
It just layers. So at first you're like, oh, this is inequitable. This is weird.
Yeah.
Then you start like thinking about, how did this happen? How is this continuing to happen? Then you hear the stories of your classmates and how they talk about how all their parents work at the Viking plant or they work at the catfish plant because the school system failed them. The only jobs they could get
in the factory,
were these particular situations. Meanwhile, the kids at Pillow Academy going to be doctors, going to be lawyers, going to be senators, going to be state representatives. They're doing fine. Same town.
Yeah.
20 minutes away, 2 different education systems affecting different people. So you walk in this path every day. You seeing white people smile in your face. You seeing white people unleash their dogs when you so happen to be walking through the neighborhood. And it just starts to layer. And it does, to the original question, it creates an identity. It creates a purpose because now, instead of like, it's gone from like inquiry to wonder to curiosity. And now I'm mad.
Yeah.
Now I'm pissed off.
I'm frustrated about
now
this.
Exactly. Because I know
frustrated.
the reasons now.
Yeah.
I did the studies. I see why black boys aren't surviving.
I understand now.
I understand now. And I got to walk this path every day. It just became... And I'm a Jack and Jill kid. I'm a debutante kid.
Yeah.
I'm a rich black kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those. I'm one of those.
Yeah.
But like, I can't see myself isolating myself into that classes type of thing because I had to make that walk every day, 2.5 years to see the dynamic poverty between what my mother could afford and what my classmates could afford and the systems that stacked on top of that. Before I even knew a revolutionary's name, before I knew quotes from Amiri Baraka or Friends for Known or any of these other individuals who help us understand blackness, I saw it. I felt it.
Yeah.
It affected me.
Yeah.
Therefore, we got to do something about this because this can't.
It can't be. And I think that now, understanding, like, even your higher education, because you went to where?
Went to Howard University,
okay.
Baby. The finest.
Okay, look, hello, the Mecca.
The Mecca, baby.
The Mecca. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Understanding, like, your matriculation through there. Matriculation is the, like, most favorite word every HBCU student. Matriculation.
Ooh, yeah.
Love it. I'm gonna use it. Your matriculation.
Oh yeah.
They're our university. When you were there, right? Did you ever consider like going back to Mississippi to like go back to your high school and to like see like other just to like to tell other youth like, hey, I understand that y'all are here, in this space. I'm gonna let y'all know out there.
Yeah.
It's a space specifically for us and we don't have to be here. Because I know there wasn't like, how many black people was at Pillow Academy? Not Pillow Academy, at the... at
Greenwood High? It was all
no, you was
black
at Green,
school.
excuse me, it was all black school.
In Missouri, it was like 3 of us.
In Missouri.
Yeah.
But going back to your high school.
Yeah.
Was it ever like a time where you felt like, I could go back here and tell them like, listen, do well here, okay, and there's other places that you can go to higher education if they were seeking higher education. I don't know, cause I be thinking about that when I think about like my high school, cause I went to Bladensburg High School, and I think people it was like a majority of a black high school. There was like, some Hispanic students there too as well. But I do know like some of my peers, I was like in AP classes and stuff like that. But some of my peers who were in ghettos and in, the the neighborhoods that had poverty, they were very not too concerned about their grades and stuff like that. And I've been thinking about it for a while, like just reaching back, like, hey y'all, like y'all know there's colleges for us and stuff like that, whatever case may be. Because I didn't even want to go to college.
Really?
I didn't. I was going to go to the Air Force. I was gonna go because I was in AFJ ROTC. I was a technical sergeant in AFJ ROTC, and I was like, I don't want to go to the Air Force. You know, I ain't really got no time. I don't want to go do school no more. I'm cool. Yeah, but I ran track, and then my track coach was like, "No, you're going to college," and I was like, "Okay, I guess I'm going to college."
Side note: I did see you run on your stories. Like, damn, she fast as hell.
I'm telling everybody, they're like, how did you do? I'm like. 4 years lettered at the illustrious Morgan State University.
All right.
Okay, but no, just to revert back to what I was saying, going to Howard, how was your perspective like enhanced of your identity and Blackness?
Oh man, I gave you that look. Cause like, am I going back to Mississippi?
Yeah,
Have you ever been
back?
I vowed to myself that I would never go back. But funny enough, I was actually just texting one of my classmates before when I was waiting to Mama Coco's. I was texting one of my high school classmates, and I think that page is starting to turn.
Okay.
I was also like feverishly bullied.
Oh,
I remember I was sitting in, this is my freshman year, I was sitting in the park across the street from the school, and I was reading the Scarlet Letter because that's what we had got assigned.
Okay.
And niggas came and beat me up. Like, niggas literally came and, like, jumped me.
Just
for reading.
BeMo, I'm sorry, I'm loving it.
No, it's funny. That nigga Big Juan whooped my ass, man. Oh, my God.
Just because he was reading?
Because I was reading. And it took me, this is a deeper story, but it took me, like 3 years to figure out why they were bullying me. I was kind of an asshole about how I was accepting their education. I was kind of like,
gotcha.
They thought I was bullying them in the classroom.
Okay.
So when I started tutoring, that's when we kind of like, me and Big Juan and Little Jarvis, that was their name. We found a little negotiation. We found
got
a way.
you. It's a medium. We got a medium here. Got you.
Wow. But I don't know, man. Mississippi, man.
Yeah, that's okay.
But Howard, Mississippi, man. It's deep.
Yeah.
Have you been to Mississippi?
No. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to Tennessee. I've been to North Carolina, South Carolina, but those were for like track meets. Tennessee was to visit my uncle. I'm planning to go to Alabama because my uncle just moved to Alabama. I don't know why. Like, he's in the South, and when I went to Tennessee, like, we went to the flea market, Confederate flag here.
Yeah.
Boots and jeans and rednecks there. The red truck outside, the beer cans, the white men collectively sitting around, the Ford truck just giving you the stare, and I'm like, I don't know why he wants to stay here. But anyway, but I am planning to go to Alabama to go visit my uncle in March. Yeah. And I'm a little nerd. There's something about the South. There's a thickness about the South.
When you get out the car, you'll know.
There's a thickness.
You'll see
it's synonymous. So the only way I could relate or I could like describe the similarity of the thickness in the South is how I feel driving in Virginia. Oh. That's just me.
No, that's fair.
That's just me.
That's fair.
That's just me. And once you, like Alexandria.
You good. Once you get past Fredericksburg, though, baby, you in the South.
There's
even a Confederate flag over there. You in the South, baby. Yeah.
You're in the South. Yeah. So, I see that Missouri is like, you unpack it as you on that train back home.
Yeah, but it was a strange time. But when I got to, so I leave Mississippi. I actually went to high school in Florida afterwards.
Okay. I was going to ask, well, how did we get to
Howard?
Howard.
So I leave Mississippi. When I leave Mississippi, I'm like full-on revolutionary. Like, when I first started, I was like, okay, this is just passion. But by the time I'm ending, and mind you, and my mama was dating. I'm sorry, mama, I didn't mean to put you out there. But she was dating the dean of the African American Studies Department. Okay. So not only was I writing papers over him, he was also coming to the house, and he would have books and printouts and be like, read.
That's so good.
And he would be like, read this while I'm here. I'm like, huh? You gonna go back there and with my mama and do you want me to just be up here and read? That's crazy. But here I am. Shit. Because he gonna quiz me when he get out there with my mom. I'm like, all right, fine. So like now, by the time I'm like 16, 17, I'm fully radicalized. I mean, like my classmate actually just reminded me of this poem that this is also the time when like Def Poetry Slam was at its height. So I was
Love
a slam
Def
poet at the
Poetry
time.
Slam.
You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, I was slam poetry. I had my khakis, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
I
my
had, you know what I'm
God!
saying?
Did you tap the mic? And
Yeah. I have to let you know. I had all that, man.
Oh
So
my God!
I wrote this poem, and I performed it in front of the school. And the way the poem ends is like, we're all revolutionaries, so let's throw up our black fist. And like, she reminds me, in my mind, it's just kind of like a performance I was nervous, but she reminds me, she was like, you had an auditorium of what they call the poorest, dumbest black kids in America calling themselves revolutionaries and raising their fists in like a day. Can you imagine what would have happened if you stayed here?
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Damn,
all right, fine. So I leave there. I go to Florida, completely radicalized in a like a beautiful twist of my life. I'm in an all black school, but we're in the IB program, which is a mostly white program.
Got you.
So like in middle school, most of my classmates are white, but unlike that, I'm surrounded by black folks.
People. Got you.
And if I'm radicalized in Mississippi, I am now creating Black Panthers in Florida.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically.
Right. So now people are like,
what you about to tell me?
I started a jazz band in high school.
BeMo, the lives you live.
Right. That's crazy.
Like, slam poet.
Yeah,
like,
slam poet. I played the saxophone for like a long time.
Oh, that is grown. That's black as hell.
It is black as hell. That's right. If I'm gonna play an instrument, it's got to be the blackest one. Yeah, that's right. I played the saxophone.
Do you still know how to play?
I can. I played all the way through Howard, so I was in Showtime all through Howard.
Okay.
Cranking on Morgan easily, right? So fun. Such a good time coming up to
Baltimore. The Magnificent Marching Machine. That's cute. The Magnificent Marching Machine.
So,
Go ahead.
I start a jazz band when I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
In this IB program, it's like I think it's like 120 students. Only 7 of them are black boys, and of course, I'm counting when I get there. Like, how many black boys? In this right?
I think that's a skill. Everyone, not to cut you out. I think that's a skill, and that's an innate thing we be doing. We're like, how many want you? And we give each other a look like, oh, okay.
Are you good? Or are you
sure,
over there? What you doing?
What you doing? That's how you want. Go ahead, continue.
So four of the black boys in that program, we started a jazz band. And so I decided that we should be named 4-7 because we're 4 of the 7 black boys.
Okay.
The paper comes and writes a story about us. They put it in the paper. The dean of our IB program calls us in the day the paper is out and was like, how dare you accuse us of being racist? And I'm like, excuse me? She's like, why would you count the number of black boys and then like advertise as if we're not doing enough to get black boys into the situation? And to which I told her, so I was like, that sounds like what you feel.
I was gonna say, are you projecting?
Because that's not, they call our parents in, they call the main principal. This lady was doing all she could to kind of like get us in trouble for making public of this fact. But like, I'm so revolutionary. I'm just like, I'm just telling the truth, man.
Yeah.
You got 7 black boys, and in the class afterwards, there's only 5 black boys. So like, are you recruiting black boys? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing?
Are you?
Big ass deal. She wasn't. But thankfully, I graduated. I went to Howard, and when you get to Howard's campus, I remember like on the first day of band, they were telling us that like the best of your instrument in high school is also going to Howard.
Wow.
So like the best revolutionaries in the country, the best young poets in the country, they're also coming to Howard. And I had such a great time. I'll give you one story when I was at Howard. It was like spring on the yard, and I had noticed that all the light-skinned girls started like carrying umbrellas around, and they were carrying umbrellas so they wouldn't get no darker. And so I go into we some dark skinned folks in here, right? So I go into the bookstore. Check this out. So I go into the bookstore. Just go into the bookstore because somebody told me just go in the bookstore and look in the back. I go in the back, and sure enough, there's a shelf at Howard University in the bookstore, the official bookstore, Howard University, Washington D.C., historically black college university, named after General O.O. Howard. On the back shelf, in the back of the joint, it is a shelf of bleaching cream. A shelf, not one product, not just a little Ambi to get a little dark spots. I mean, they had full body bleaching cream in the bookstore. This is 2008, 2009, maybe 2010, right? So I'm in there, dark-skinned dude. Now, we know Howard has the history of the paper bag test,
paper
right?
bag test and everything
right.
like that. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like, okay,
And
light-skinned girls got the umbrellas out. We
and they got
bleaching
bleaching
cream in the bookstore.
You know, it's...
So I write a opinion piece for the school newspaper. It's called "Excuse Me, House Nigga," and it is on my Substack. It is on all my blogs.
I'm going to read it.
Oh my God, I read the niggas of Howard University for filth.
Damn.
Every piece
As you should.
of white adjacency, every piece of Eurocentricity, every piece of light-skinned situation, all that energy I had in high school and middle school coming into Howard.
Yeah.
Pow! I
we had the endurance. We had the reps in.
We got it in. I done made it to the mecca of blackness, and you niggas is doing this? Oh, wow! Wow!
I would like to say the illustrious Morgan State University would never. But go ahead. Go ahead.
They probably would not.
Good.
They probably
had their
not.
things, though. They had their things, for sure.
But that's when, when going to Howard,
it
made me realize that the best versions of all blackness, which includes the revolutionaries, but also includes these house niggas, are here on campus.
Yeah.
How are we going to respond? What we going to
do?
Because I'm not just going to casually look at you
look
on
and
the
be
yard.
like, yeah, that's not
I'm
it.
a dark-skinned man. You out here with... you out here with an umbrella? Girl,
it's an umbrella.
It's an umbrella. You out here protecting... Woo! You scared of black that bad?
I'm proud of you for that one.
Had to do it.
Wow.
One of my favorite moments of Howard. Sure enough, I put it in the paper.
What was the receptive? How did people receive that?
People was pissed.
I bet.
People was pissed. They were like... To the next, it was published on a Monday. The next 4 days were other opinions and perspectives that people had wrote in.
Okay.
Based on "Excuse Me, House Nigga." I was an RA at the time.
Oh wow.
And so 2 of the people who had wrote responses, they hated it. I invited them to my dorm. Let's have a panel.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's just do the college thing. So we did that. It turned into a big thing.
Whoa.
One of my professors was really proud. Another one of my professors called me a house nigga, and I was like, "This is amazing. This is great. This is great." That turned into. Then I wrote a research paper with the political science department that got published for the undergrad research department in Ithaca. So we went up there, presented our research.
Wow!
It was a thing.
It was a thing. You're a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a thing, and I was like, "Wow, this is what I wanted.
This is what we need.
This is pre-Twitter and everything,
just
man."
Just to reference back to what I said earlier about the work, a lot of people, they'll probably see and be like, "Oh, I don't really." Let's get into the real shit. To be honest, to stop tiddlywinking around certain situations. Nah, for real.
For real.
Because here I am, like you said, a dark skinned man at the Mecca.
And this is what we doing.
Yeah, BeMo.
Not on my watch.
No. So, and I wanted to know, were there any precautions that you took? Was full guns blazing? I'm going, or did you consult with anybody? Did you have any type of guidance? Did you have any mentorship? I know that you already had some, previously, but within the whole within movement, within practice of it. Because I know in theory, everyone's like, "Oh, I learned from this person," but within practice, did you ever consult with anybody? Did you, or was it just you just was like, "I'm gonna go ahead and publish this," and that's just that?
It was combined frustration with we were learning in class about the Black Studies movement of the 60s, how all these students got together and demanded from the university a Black perspective of learning, which I would have thought going to HBCU has always been all Black perspectives. But no, that didn't happen until 68, when niggas actually got a full worldview from Blacks. That's when Black politics comes in. That's when Black economics comes in. That's when all these Black studies and Africana studies moments happens, is after 68. So I'm learning that, and then I'm watching this. All these things happen in high school and middle school, and I'm sitting on campus even more radicalized because I majored in political science with a focus on Black studies.
Good. I was just about to ask you, what was your major?
What else would I be doing?
Yeah, right.
Econ. Anyway. So I've been radicalized through all my professors. I had already gained this reputation for being the bad boy of the political science department.
Wow.
I kind of like barely went to class, and when I went to class, I was always argumentative, but my grades were still like 3.8, 4.0 in the political science situation. I researched dirty. That's what they call me. They call me a dirty researcher. So back in the day, back in like 09,
that's
2010.
Different. I mean, I would.
What's a dirty research?
No, yeah, because
I did that too.
Because I was like, is it because I'm black?
Yeah,
like, is it because I'm dark skinned? Like, what do we mean by
academics would want you to pull specifically from like journals and books and literary reviews.
Gotcha.
But what I would do in 2010 is I would find lectures from professors on YouTube, or I would call a nigga. So I would call, Bomani Jones' daddy, Mac Jones. I would call Mac Jones in his office, record the conversation, ask him the question specifically I want to answer, and then put that in my paper. And then my professors would be like, that's not a real source. I'm like, it's a primary source. Yeah. It's like, no, we actually need you to have like literary reviews, X, Y, and Z. I'm
but
like,
who's to say that's not?
So I submit my paper as it is, and it still gets accepted by the National Undergrad Research Symposiums, and the paper's accepted. They like, you shouldn't have done it that way. I'm looking at them like,
my goodness. It's still reliable, nigga.
What are we talking about?
It's still reliable. Wow.
What are we talking about? So in terms of like at that time, I think it was really just like I stopped doing poetry for a while, and it was just like bubbling up. I had to get something out. I wanted to write a column for the paper. I had been applying for the Hilltop, but they always said my shit was just too radical or too extreme. So I was like, I just got to get this out. And to get deeper into the woods, the school paper didn't publish it at first. It was actually, at the time, the Hilltop had a competitor. It was HU Underground or something like that. They started their own paper and was competing with the Hilltop, and they published it. And the editor-in-chief saw it in that paper and then put it into the official school paper. But before that, no, there were just Dr. Ricky Hill. My professors really didn't like me because of how I was researching, and I didn't really like them because they was a little corny. So it was what it was. But after that, though, that's when another political scientist, I forgot his name, Daryl Harris, I think was his name. He actually took me under his wing. He took me down to the Jenna 6 protest. That was the cause at the time. It was like 6 black folks who had been wrongly accused of murder in Jenna, Mississippi, and they were holding them.
Wow.
They're holding them in the jail. So we went down there with the professor. So he kind of took me under my wing, kind of guided me and molded me, and gave me some of the best advice that I have, which is like, what I'm going to have to do in my life is not repackage myself so people can understand me. It's really just like taking what I am and aiming it towards the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
Because trying to fit into other people's boxes has never really worked for me.
Yeah. And it seems like it hasn't been in your forte to fit into any type of box and just to find your own path.
Right.
Like that's so good. And just really to benefit, like to contribute towards your own identity. How were you feeling when you were about yourself as a black man? Of course, the work that you do is a piece of reflection of like, how you view yourself and how you like hold yourself within space. But how were you like feeling? Do you remember, like, or can you recall like how you were feeling about yourself? Like, did you like yourself? Were you like, having like complex feelings about self? Anything of that nature?
I remember feeling like, and this kind of like extends to now, but I remember feeling invisible.
Wow, okay.
Like me, invisible. The things that I did got a lot of attention, but like I remember being overlooked, underappreciated. There were like colorism, whether people at Howard would admit it or not, colorism runs rampant in the administration at Howard University. Yeah. And so I remember I was trying to rent a room for my fraternity to do this concert. And the lady that was over the student center was just not like, she wouldn't even look at me, let alone like approve my room. So I told my light-skinned fraternity brother, hey, you go in here with that form, let's see what happens. Signed it in seconds. In seconds. He walked in like, I've been trying to meet with this lady for a month.
And she said that this dark-skinned man ain't come. Wow.
Get out of here. So I was learning how to like use the light-skinned people around me.
Utilize.
Come on, yeah, come on.
We in the same space. We need to utilize.
That's right. We gotta
our resources. Wow. Yeah. And I know that we talk about just being more so like the label of like being radical, with the work that you do now, because we have Emmy nominations now.
Yeah, we do.
You know, we've won, awards
Yeah.
for the work that's been presented. Has there ever been like any pushback with the information that you do present, or just the way that you present it, in being a cultural analysis, and like how were you able to navigate that and still stay firm to your own mission?
Oh man. The Yeah, the country definitely kind of just changed. Like the United States has changed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Fuck ICE. Yeah.
Right. Fuck ICE.
Fuck ICE. The administration.
Anti-DI shit. The anti-blackness. Like there's been a whiplash to all that reparations work, all that reparation money we got during those like 2 years.
Yeah.
There's been a whiplash against that. So what happens is, like, essentially, I told you I wasn't a culture analyst until this marketing agency picked me up and called me that.
Yeah.
And then for a moment, it felt like, oh, I can make a career out of this. Mm-hmm. Like I can maybe start a family, get married, buy a house. I can do all of this with this situation. And then suddenly, gone.
Yeah. I think you told me about the situation that you had with, what was it? Was it Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically like.
Yeah.
So like legit, Trump has taken money from me personally twice. Like has seen my name on a list and was like, not him twice.
No.
So woo.
No, sir.
Yeah. So things have changed. Like that part of the ability to be that openly radical and make money from it, that part no longer exists, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, okay.
Not in the way that like corporatized making money. Now we have to use our independence and kind of, when I left the marketing agency, I kind of left intentionally because it felt like it was a moment for me to get back to this independent thing where I'm not dependent on the money of Target or the money of Under Armour or any of these corporations to be like, oh, this is how I'm going to feed my family, this is how I'll get married, this is how I'll buy a house. Yeah. Instead of centralizing them, what happens when we get back to us? Yeah. Which has always been the black thing. There are always moments in black history where it feels like the system, the United States, the feds, the man, they fucking with us. Yeah. Right? Reformation. I
believe it's
reform. Who was right after the Civil War? That joint. Right? Reconstruction. There we go. Reconstruction. Yeah. Reconstruction is where we see the most voted in senators and House of Representatives. This is where we see the most black progress in America to date. Yeah. Is during Reconstruction. And then after that is the creation of the KKK. Yeah. That is a direct whiplash of the resources and the advances that we made. Now they lynching niggas at the highest rates. And now we got to create a federal law that bans lynching from niggas. Like, what? I thought murder was illegal. No, we did another law that says you can't murder niggas specifically this way. Word to W.E.B. Du Bois and Niagara Movement who actually got that done. Mm-hmm. So in Blackness, there are always these times where it feels like we're being aligned or it feels like we're getting support of whatever these major systems are. But in actuality, we still need to be building these systems of independence and sovereignty and agency away from them. And so that's kind of where we are now. It's like this. I know that the corporate work is kind of dried up, and it makes me sad because like some of the things we did were really cool. One of them, I'll tell you, is we actually rewrote the YouTube policy so that twerking could be monetizable on the platform.
Really?
That's right. Hey. Before us, only white women could be monetized for twerking because they called it wellness and exercise. But when actually it was Glorilla's Fuck Nigga Friday, shout out Glorilla.
Hello.
We wrote an appeal that said that twerking is actually is a liberatory practice. It is women expressing themselves. It is not sexual invitation. Do you think Glorilla saying fuck this nigga, I'm free is really her saying I'm twerking for this nigga? No. Put two and two together. Put the money back in the bag.
That's new information to me. Right. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. So we doing so. Like I thought my life would be there, but as with Reconstruction, as with the Civil Rights era, as with Juneteenth, there always is going to be a backlash to the situation. So how do we get back to independence?
I was gonna say, because I had a question. I was like, you already covered it, and it's great. I think the economic and the economic stability as well as like the artistic expression
Yeah.
and maintain that stability is also very important because we are the record keepers.
Oh yeah.
We are the people that's gonna be able to tell the stories. And I had amplified this on my Instagram story. Like, no, make sure y'all are still using y'all voices. Make sure y'all still telling the stories. Make sure y'all still are using y'all artistic forms in whichever ways they are, because they will sit here and try to say, they will give you the freedom. It will loosen up the leash.
Yeah.
Go ahead, roam. The DEI and all this. They have funding.
Yeah.
When everybody got into Target, when Tabitha Brown was in Target, I said, oh, we're up. Because I think it was one celebrity that said, if Tabitha was white, she would be the next Martha Stewart.
She would. And when she got in the Target,
I said, what?
We're up. Yeah.
They let her in Target.
She got seasonings? Yeah. Come on, y'all.
Products,
she got seasonings?
TV shows.
Right.
Recipes. And here we are now, and then it's like, y'all are having too much. Y'all got a little bit too much far. Let's take it back. And it's just so disappointing. But then I think about the ways in which when it is taken back, I just think about the more ways in which we reinvent. Like, okay, this is what we're going to do now. We become less and less dependent.
Yep.
And that's the benefit that I see. It's very much a grief that comes along with like, dang, y'all can't let us have nothing. But also it's like, y'all give me the space and room to recreate something else for ourselves in which we won't be dependent on y'all.
Nope.
It's
That's
okay.
what we do, man. That's what we do. You burn it down, we create a way to fertilize the ground and regrow.
Hello?
Yeah.
When you do look at your work, like looking ahead, and the progress that you've made, and now looking ahead, how do you hope your work contributes to the sustainability of Black culture?
Oh, wow. Deontay Kyle is back on my mind right now.
I can see you working with him.
It would be fun.
It would be a good time.
It would be a good
Deontay,
time.
hey,
pull up
listen.
on your boy.
Get in the studio.
Come on. Yeah, let's do
Get
something.
on front of the camera, in front of the mic. This is your girl, Vina J.
Yeah.
Sending out a notice to come on and get in the studio with Bryant BeMo Brown.
It'll be a good time.
It'll be a great time.
It'll be a
good time. It'll be such a good time.
I think about Deontay Kyle in the question when you think about the future of the work. Because there's a ceiling almost. There's like for a long time as a creator, as an educator, as a thinker, as an activist, there are things that you can do loudly and proudly that will get you to a certain glass level. Like you could be the man with 99.9 thousand subscribers. Yeah. Let's just put that number out there. But the moment that you cross that threshold, the moment where your audience leans away from us talking to each other and now you are representative of the culture, or now you are the voice of Blackness, or you are presenting a perspective of Blackness, and that audience is mostly non-Black, I've noticed in my career that things start to change.
Okay.
You start to be a little more appeasable, a little more easy to talk to. Like you're not as loud, or you're not as threatening, or you're not as boisterous about the defeat of whiteness or the advocacy for Blackness. There seems to be, once you become popular, and this happens in pop music as well, there seems to be like a stripping away of something.
Okay.
And so when I think about the future of my work, I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't want the type of success that I see from Deontay Kyle. But I'm always worried if this thing that I do authentically is even eligible for that type of success. So in the future, and this is why I started the broadcast network, in the future to me, it is not more shows with BeMo, it's not more books by BeMo. It is actually how do we create a network, a system of people who are representing themselves and Blackness to a larger group of people that will surpass our 99.9 thousand subscribers. That we don't have to be dependent upon selling out or stripping down or dumbing down in order to be successful. If we build the people who are around us and we sustain ourselves through our communities and through our peers, there will never be a moment where I have to choose between selling out for the culture or being popular. And that's what when I think about the future of the work, I'm always thinking about what happens when somebody writes you that check. Because it happened to me before.
Really?
When Google writes you the check for $250,000. When your marketing agency says, hey, can you actually write a perspective from this perspective?
Yeah,
can
rather
you
than that.
this? Can you translate it so it's more white appeasing and we'll give you X amount of money? When you poor, when you live in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's different reference points. Reference points. Yeah, people have different reference points. And it's like, I'll do it. And there's another person that's like,
exactly.
Not really, I don't think that's going to.
I think about one of my favorite people right now, Cam Newton, funny or not. One of his baby mamas said while she was a comedian, she was pregnant while she was a comedian. And I guess her friends were asking her, like, how you going to let Cam Newton make you a second, third baby mama?
Yeah.
And she asked them, have you ever had a $100 million man pull up on you?
Oh.
That's what I think about the future of the work. Like, it's okay, we making all this black stuff, but what happens when that $100 million man pull up on you? You giving it up?
Damn.
You baby mama number 4?
Or you going to keep your dignity or integrity towards, your values and the things that you have to stay authentic to your work and your purpose? Do you sell out, brother?
You be right,
or
you
do you
in
buy
the ghetto, or do you buy? What do you do?
What do you
do?
But I think, like I said, it just depends on people's reference points because my father and my mother made sure to include Blackness more heavily as me and my sister grew older. We were raised Baptist. Okay. So, it's, religion and Christianity and things of that nature were conversations in our household wasn't really, too shied away. But I remember, like, when I was 12 and I talked to my mom and my dad, and they were like, I want you to start, reading on things and understanding certain things because saying, oh, this is this because it's supposed to be that. Read into some things. Get more into, like, why they tell you Christianity could be the only best way. And I read about, Islamic culture.
Right. Come on, parents.
Religion, and things of that nature. But then also I remember distinctively how my father in particular it would be Sundays. My father would have us. Sometimes we went to church, sometimes we didn't. But when we didn't, he would have us sit in front of, like, this is when YouTube started, like, really popping off. We would watch YouTube channels surrounding different black historical moments. We listening to Martin Luther King and Malcolm X tapes and stuff like that. My dad's like, okay, I need y'all to write down the differences in what y'all hear and, what perspectives they had and things of that nature. I'm learning about Hottentot and what was her real, Lord. She was the woman they had in museum. They have her vagina on display in the museum.
Oh,
somewhere.
Sarah
Bartman. Yeah, they had her. We sat down. I remember.
Ooh.
Yeah, my dad, like, he was like, no, I need y'all to, like, notice. I knew I was black.
Yeah.
My hair, my clothing, the music I'm listening to. I knew I was black.
Right.
But in those moments, I had to realize in identity, oh no.
Oh,
I'm black.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm black.
I'm black.
I'm black like Sarah Bartman.
Yeah, like I would be a grown woman in the next 20 years.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I need to really let this seep in. And there was a plethora of emotions. There was rage, there was frustration, there was confusion, there was curiosity. But the most important emotion that I really sat with was grief because I'm like, damn. And I was a Disney princess girl too. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love Disney. I'm thinking everything in the world. The birds talk and they sing and they come to me when I'm outside and the trees smile. But the more I realized, the more I'm like, damn, I'm grieving a world where I thought, like, I could be a Disney princess, where I am this little black girl that's going to be a black woman that's going to have to understand the history of this and a very good and understand how to navigate in the white man's world or just in the white gaze and how to be smart about it, how to maneuver in a certain type of way and not to sell out in a way where I'm appeasing it so much, but enough to maneuver so I can keep myself safe. I've never really, like I said, I lived in PG County, the blackest, richest county.
Right.
And there was really no adversity of, like, like racism. Stuff like, there's not, white people clutch their bag and move around you a little bit, like, shaking. But it was never really anything that had, like, sat me down like, this is racism, da 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 da. But I as I maneuvered through, like going to college, I remember we went on a college tour for a tour for AFJROTC. I remember going to Georgetown. I remember going to like Loyola,
Yeah.
say it for me
Loyola.
again. Yeah. I was like, damn, I can't even get it out. And then I remember going to like other PWIs. I went to University of Maryland. You know, we went and visited there. I'm like, okay, this is nice, real cool. You know, D1 athlete, da 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 da. But it was one time that our AFJ ROTC major, she had organized for us to go to HBCUs on an HBCU tour, and I was already in track and field at high school, and our state's championship was held at Morgan State University. So we go to UMES, we go to Bowie. I'm like, okay, cute, it's cool. We go to Morgan. And I already was like fascinated because I'm like already wrapped up in the track world. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be an Olympian. You know, I was right eye bushy tail. I'm gonna be an Olympian. I'm fast as hell. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here.
You are fast as hell.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I remember going to Morgan and it was just magical.
Yeah.
And it was nothing really happening on campus. It was no like campus event or nothing. It was nothing. It was the niggas walking around and I'm sitting here like, we going to the eating hall. We going to the refac. We go into the auditorium.
Yeah.
We get to, I don't know who was present was it David? I think David was the president at that time because it was 2015. So David Wilson was still the president at that time. And I remember was talking to him a little bit. We went and walked around the quad and we was down there. I'm like, this place is magical.
Right.
I said, I'm going to go here.
Right. Yep.
I want to go here because, like I told you, I really wasn't considering college. I was, Air Force. I'm in AFJ, ROTC, might as well. Cool.
Man, cool.
But, like, when I was accepted, my high school coach was real good with, shout out to Coach Chris, was really good friends with the coach at Morgan, shout out to Neville Hodge. And they had a conversation, and my grades were pretty good.
Yeah.
I wasn't the fastest in high school, but I had ambition. Yeah. I had potential. I had good grades. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too much. Wasn't the fastest, but I had good grades.
It's enough.
And I was coachable.
Yeah.
And that's when my high school coach Chris had talked to Coach Hodge and was like, yeah, I got somebody for you to woo. And I remember I did bad. I think it was like counties because it's like counties. I don't know. It's counties. No, it's regionals, counties, regionals, can't remember. It's like counties, regionals, championships, or whatever the case may be. Right. And I remember at counties, I did good in one race and I did bad in another one, and I was crying. I was real emotional. Aww. And then my high school coach came over. He said, "I need you to get ready for the next race. Your new coaches over there, looking for you to perform." I'm like, who? I'm like 10 miles. I'm like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking
about? He hands me like this folder in this envelope, and it's like the contract for like a partial scholarship. Wow. And I was like, hey. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Like, okay.
I'm crying even more. Oh.
Right, like, all right. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do. And I remember talking to Coach Hodge. I love Coach Hodge. Love Coach Smite. Love Coach Wells. Coach Wells was one of the coaches that was coaching when I was at Morgan too. But I just really was at Morgan's campus like, damn, I really want to go here. Yeah. It's magical. And it was magical. Yeah. During my matriculation at the illustrious the illustrious Morgan State University, founded in 1867, home of the Bears, orange and blue. Thank you. Go Bears. Yeah. All that I felt like I'm on a tangent, but all that to say, it's very important. Yeah. It's very important to understand the details of history and understand how that contributes to your identity because here you are dark skinned black man and here I am dark skinned black woman. And I think there is and the work that we do is so important because it gives people the ability to understand that you don't have to sell out. Right. You could find new ways to maneuver and to create. They'll always try to diminish it and try to make nope, we can't have it. Nope. But we're always resilient. There's always new ways for us to contribute towards the culture and to uplift and to be authentically black. Yeah. Because you don't have to sell out. You don't have to do those
You don't have to.
You don't have to. It's cute. It'll get you a little.
Saying you be in the Bahamas, but you don't have to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it feel good in your spirit, brother, sister. I don't know. Any last words, BeMo? I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation with you. Well, not last words, because we have another segment.
We got another thing to do.
Yeah, we got the crafting time.
No, I've enjoyed my time. As I told you off camera and on camera, I really appreciate how you study.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like I went to school for it,
right.
social work. Like a therapist, right?
But even like jumping into this, you did therapize me just now. You did hit me with
oh my God, please.
You hit me with the mirror work.
Just a little sprinkle of stuff, just a little.
I knew I wouldn't leave here without a little something. I knew it.
Not too much. Not too much.
But no, I've always appreciated how you are approaching this medium with sincerity and authenticity, and I'm really rooting for you. I'm really rooting for this show. I'm rooting for the success of it, and I'm hoping that this is not, this won't be the last time we do something like this. But forward in future, like up and onward, man. Like,
yeah.
I told you before I was really excited for this. I'm still excited. Yeah. Like, this is really. And then you're an interviewer. There's not many times we get interviewed.
Yeah, right.
There's not a
lot.
And
I was like, damn, I hope I'm not like I don't ever like try to overthink it too much, but I also be like, damn, I hope I'm not acting stiff. I hope I'm not like stumbling over my words. I hope it's not going in the wrong direction. Like, damn, like because we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up and be
this
like,
was great.
What?
This is great. Thank you, Vina.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate you. Let's get over it and do this crafting time activity I have for you.
Oh, boy.
Get your deep confession and we're going to let you go about your day, okay?
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vina. Wow, look at us. We did it.
Hey, y'all. It's your girl, Vina J. And as you can see, the Konfession Korner Podcast Season 3 is recording in a new space. Outer space, that is. It's so much more than just a greenhouse. It's a living studio for creativity, imagination, and rest to be present and blooming. Founded by none other than Oyenda Shola, the founder of the Solar System, and Aya Gallery Alta Studio. This space is for people of community to come, grow, rest, play, and learn. And it's not only just that, it's an herbal garden and a retail apothecary. So if you're considering being a part of the constellation and it sounds very good to you, please contact inorbit@thesolarsystem.space. Again, that's inorbit@thesolarsystem.space. Can't wait to see you. BeMo.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready.
Welcome to Krafting Time.
Okay.
This is when.
I feel like I need to sit up.
Look, go ahead, sit up. Get yourself together. This is when we have the space to be participating in an activity that relates to your medium.
Okay.
Or not. So.
Okay.
For today's activity, we have Black Card Revoked. We're going to be playing Black Card Revoked.
Okay.
And I would just like to see if your black card, you're going to hand it over.
I said all these beautiful black things. Boy, I hope
Let's see.
Let's go.
So, I'm going to shuffle them. I only played this game once.
Okay.
Now, I only played this game once. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm not the best at shuffling.
That's okay.
But
yeah, let the box hide.
Have you played Black Card Revoked before?
I don't think so. No? I think I just answered like random questions.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah, my mama was like, I got that game. I love that game. I'm like, okay. I'm trying to figure out how this goes. I think these are the rules. And these are the. All right. No, here's our question. Here's our questions. I'm gonna flip them around. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm not looking.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh boy.
Boy.
And we are in Baltimore, so this is a very Baltimore.
Okay.
Crabs. No.
Okay. Go ahead.
Seasoning.
Okay.
All right. Answer this question.
Okay.
This black woman is responsible for polio vaccines and cancer medicines. A. Jocelyn Elders. B. Henrietta Lacks. C. Kamala Harris. D. Rebecca Crumpler.
It's themselves, baby. Them Henrietta Lacks.
Thank you.
That's what it is, baby.
Thank
you.
Come on.
Come on.
Immortal.
That's what they call them. That's right.
And they knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they knew. We need something strong here.
Right.
Where Henrietta at?
Right. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Answer this question.
Mm-hmm.
What's the first direction you go in the cha-cha slide? A, to the roof. B, to the back. C, to the left. D, to the right. And you're going to try to play it in your head.
Oh, the cha-cha slide.
The cha-cha slide.
Okay. I'm considering, do you go left or you go right? I have to say left.
It's the left.
It's the left. Yeah.
Because I'm going to be like, Lord have mercy. All right.
Did that dude die? Did the cha-cha slide
Did
dude
he?
die?
I don't think.
I think he died. Yeah. Not, it was either him or Cupid, but I think Cupid's still alive. I think the cha-cha slide dude died.
He did?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, rest in peace.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Right. Another immortal.
All right. Which classic movie might you have heard? Some of us got to use what we got to get what we want. Was it A, Roots, B, The Players Club, C, Paid in Full, or D, Soul Plane?
Oh, it's okay. So I don't know the quote directly,
Oh my God.
but I'll use my process of elimination. Say it again.
A, Roots, B, The Players Club, C, Paid in Full, D, Soul Plane.
It's not Soul Plane.
It's not Soul Plane
It's
at
not Soul
all.
Plane. Soul Plane does not have any classic quotables, I don't think.
Yes, they do.
It does Soul Plane?
Well, yes, it does.
does? Okay.
I'm a survivor.
Oh, God.
When they were singing Destiny's Child Survivor.
Okay. Well, I'm going to eliminate Soul Plane.
Okay, eliminate Soul Plane.
I don't think it's Roots.
Absolutely
'cause
not.
I can't
Alex
see
Haley
Kunta Kinte
and
saying.
Alex Haley can't.
So that leaves us Players Club and
Paid in Full.
And I love Paid in Full. One of my favorite movies. It's got to be Players
It's
Club.
Players Club.
It's got to be Players
You
Club.
know when Ronnie was talking to? No, yeah, Ronnie was talking to Ebony. Oh no, she was talking to Diamond. Who was she talking to Diamond when she said it? Nah.
Oh, you know what? Yes.
It was, yeah.
It was
I was gonna
Diamond.
say.
Yeah, it was Diamond.
It was Diamond. I think that's what she said when she was in the shoe store and she was like asking them like what she did.
Yeah.
All right.
Producer, no.
Yeah, look. Hello.
Yeah.
Which 90s singer was just sitting up in her room? Was it D, Monica, A, Aaliyah, B, Brandy? Wait, yeah. A, Tamia? Yeah,
Tamia, Brandy.
Aaliyah, Monica.
Oh, it was Brandy.
It was Brandy because she
It
was
Brandy.
sitting up in
She
her
was
room.
sitting up in her room.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Constantly thinking about you. I
Right,
must
right.
confess.
Right. Let me see if I can go in here. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me scroll through. All right. It's a little political. Black people are 13% of the American population. What percentage are in the Senate? A, 15, B, 10, C, 3, or D, 0?
The Senate.
Who's sitting up in the Senate?
People.
Yeah.
We have.
Black people.
Corey. Oh, this is old though.
This is old.
But it's probably still around the same number.
Maybe. I believe it probably.
What's
around
this?
the
This
same
is because at the time it might
This is
have been
2021. This is
2021.
This is 2021. Yeah.
Okay, so Kamala was already vice president, right? 2016 to 2020 was Trump. 2020 to 2024 was Biden.
Yeah.
So she would have been vice president. So she
President.
wasn't a senator. Also, Brooks wasn't a senator. So Cory Booker. I'm gonna say that's one. So that's 2%. If it's one senator. So I would say if there were two senators. Give me the percents again.
15, 10, 3, 0.
Gotta be 10%. Damn. 3?
3.
Oh, I wanted to be
3%.
optimistic. Damn. Damn. I only counted the one Cory Booker. That means there was only one other senator at the time. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, it's fine. It's fine. This is another political one.
Okay.
Little history.
Okay.
Which president started the war? Oh, this is easy. This is easy.
Oh, who?
The war on drugs in order to disrupt the black community. A, Richard Nixon. B, Ronald Reagan. C, George Bush. D, Bill Clinton.
They call him the devil.
Richard Nixon. Lord have mercy. That was actually a very, I was like, no way. The propaganda surrounding when I actually studied, I think I studied it in my dad actually had brought it to our attention. And he was like, look how they try to formulate things and create propaganda. And I was like,
That's right.
I am living in hell.
Ricky Dick.
Look, no, for real. Hold on, let me shuffle a little bit more. These are fun, actually.
Okay.
Let me see. You haven't got anything revoked just yet.
Okay, for sure.
Not just yet. All right. Next question. Who said, this is stupid as shit. Who said, and I quote, y'all should take your black asses to Iraq and help fight for our freedom? A, Charles Barkley. B, Ben Carson. C, Justice Clarence Thomas. D, Uncle Ruckus from Boondocks.
Oh, gotta be Uncle Ruckus.
Is Ruckus? I was saying, what the heck? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh
I love
my
that
God.
they put three real people and
No,
then
for real,
Uncle
Uncle
Ruckus.
Ruckus. 'Cause what?
Crazy.
Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
This is celebrities.
toughie?
It is celebrities, television, surround that.
Okay.
In which production
Ooh.
did the iconic rest in peace John Witherspoon, Lord, say the secret is you have to coordinate?
Oh, you gotta coordinate. See, you should have the mushrooms on the inside. And I got the mushroom belt. You know what I'm saying? Boomerang. The greatest rom-com of all time.
Yes,
Boomerang.
I'm gonna watch that tonight. I've been in the mood to
No, Boomerang
see some
is
Eddie Murphy
really
on my screen,
good.
You know, Boomerang is very good, and I think Eddie Murphy is such an icon. I think he came out with the his documentary kind of sort of just not too long ago.
Yeah.
But we really have to recognize how iconic Mushu, the Nutty Professor, Norbit.
That's right. And
Shrek.
dark-skinned man.
Dark-skinned man.
Dark-skinned man. The
My
person that
goodness.
was chosen to be the guy, dark-skinned man.
On SNL.
That's right. Exactly.
Like,
Woo! Come on, Eddie Murphy.
oh my goodness. Okay. I think this one kind of is subjective.
Okay.
But according to Grandma, what never lies? Babies, dogs, drunks, or all the above?
I guess all.
Yes, all the above.
Babies never lie.
Yeah.
Dogs
don't lie.
Yeah.
Drunks never lie.
Drunks
either.
do not lie. Drunk folks do not lie. They don't got the mental capacity.
Lord have mercy. All right, let me see if I can find a few more.
Okay.
This one's a little too easy. Hold on, wait. Let me figure it out. This one's a little, okay. The CDC says that black women are 4 times more likely to die than white women doing this.
Unfortunate.
A, driving while black.
Well.
B, that's not,
Probably.
B, getting their hair done. C, going to the store, or D, giving birth.
It's giving birth.
It's giving birth.
You know
It's giving birth.
when Kamala was running for president, and people would often ask, "Oh, what's one thing as a vice president that she did to help?" And they'd say that like condescendingly. One of my favorite things actually to give out would be she had the thing called the Momubus, which was a study on why black women are 4 times more likely to die during
Childbirth.
And it was a whole, it was like a 96-page report that included not only individual doctors' behavior and implicit bias, but also surroundings, like the surroundings of black women, the public that black women have to face every day, the emotional, the stress, all the things that are around black women also goes with that mortality rate, with that mom mortality rate. And Kamala Harris is the one who initiated a federal study and started implementing solutions based on that study. But people are saying, oh, she didn't do nothing while she was vice president. It's like, oh no, she actually saved quite a few black women. But you know, I guess you'd rather have what we have anyway.
Interesting.
Orange is the new black. Crazy.
BeMo.
I said it.
Next question.
Okay.
What was the name of Marcus Garvey's steamship line? Now, let me tell you something. I learned about this not too long ago. I was like, niggas had a steamship line? I knew like Pan-Africanism, father, Pan-Africanism, da-da-da-da. But a steamship line? And not only, didn't they bring them back to Ghana? Didn't they not travel to Ghana? Or like the transatlantic slave like route? Yeah. So impressed.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
A steamship line?
Right. When I tell you, I learned the name of this not through Marcus Garvey, but through Mos Def and Talib Kweli. They had a rap album called Black Star.
That's the question that I was going to ask you.
Oh,
but
my
you
bad. Go ahead.
But you got it right.
Yeah.
What was the name of the Marcus Garvey steamship line? Was it Carnival? Was it Royal Caribbean? Was it Freedom Express?
Royal Caribbean.
Crazy shit. It would have hit though.
It would have hit.
It would have hit. It would have hit. It would have hit. Black Star Line is great. That's the answer. Black Star Line is great.
It is great.
But Royal Caribbean would have hit.
That would have hit though. That would have hit. The Marcus, if you're hearing us from the past, maybe think about the cruise line. Maybe think about that.
Think about that one.
Niggas could go to Bermuda and Jamaica with the black man. Sign me up. Come on. And I might not come back. That's what I'm saying.
I might not. I'm going to get the rest of this deck.
Man, Marcus Garvey.
Man. Hold on, wait. All right. I'm going to do probably like 2 more and I'm going to get into your deep confession.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. What classic movie might you have heard Ain't Nobody Coming to See You, Otis? A, The 5 Heartbeats.
Okay.
C, Cadillac Records. Oh, no, B, Cadillac Records. C, The New Edition Story. D, The Temptations.
Before I give you the answer, I do want to say the New Edition Story, criminally underrated. Such a good joint.
It's good.
So good.
It's good.
It is so good.
The casting, the characters, good.
The young kids, the old kids.
It's good.
The fact that both sets of those actors got to actually perform with New Edition in rehearsals. Like, so they could pass down that knowledge one to one.
It's good.
Eazy-E didn't have to die. Nobody had to die. Living records between people. The answer's The Temptations.
Okay, yeah.
But the New Edition story was so good. Nobody coming to see you, Otis.
But I heard that. I was like, he's like, I'm the one making the records. They come in to see The Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
All right.
I said, what? I used to get the 5 Heartbeats and The Temptations so mixed up, like sometimes, because I couldn't, like, it just seemed both the same. I'm like, okay, band or not band, more of a group.
Yeah.
A singing group. I'm like, okay, which one, how do you get the difference?
Which one was real?
No, for real. So, BeMo.
Yeah.
In our closing of our beautiful time here together, we are going to utilize these cards for our Deep Confession segment.
Okay, I'm ready.
Deep Confession segment is hosted, I won't say hosted. It's prompted by the cards from from our friends at The Skin Deep.
Okay.
All right. So we have here the Stranger Edition. I feel like we're not strangers for real.
Okay.
And we have the Self Edition.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna pull one from the Self Edition, or you can pull one from the Self Edition and we can answer it.
Okay.
So usually the rules of the end game is there's different versions or different like decks that you can utilize in all your different relationships, whether it be family, friends, partners, whatever the case may be, strangers, your own self, right? Yeah. Very good. Love them. Shout out to the people at that Skin Deep.
Yeah, I see you, Topaz.
Right. Hello. But we're gonna pull a card, and the rules usually with this one is self, so you can answer how you want to. But usually the rules are for like the other decks is that it gives you like a space to be intentional and to take your time and answer the questions. But usually the rule is like you'll pick a card, you'll read the card, and you'll take a moment to answer, and the other person will answer, vice versa. But if you don't want to answer, because sometimes they get deep like that, if you don't want to answer it, you gotta look the person 5 seconds in the eyes and say pass.
Okay, no, I'm with it.
Right?
I want to be known. Let's go.
Right. Go ahead.
All right, let's do this joint right here. You want me to read it now?
Yes.
Okay. When do I feel most alive, and what about it makes me feel that way?
Oh, that's nice.
When do I feel most alive? I want to make sure I tap into the alive part, because there are times where we're living,
but
we're not like alive. Like I'm not like. I have been. There's a new mantra I've been using. It goes, the things we get to do.
I like that.
It's a form of gratitude because we get to do this.
Yeah.
We could be at the factory.
We could be doing a lot. We could be doing a lot of things.
Yeah, we
could
could
be doing a lot more things.
We
aren't we
could.
just blessed in the line to be doing the things that we want to do and get to do the work that we are choosing to do and so passionate about?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my answer.
That's your answer?
My answer is sometimes I'll be Sometimes I'll be in the studio, or I'll be editing a video, or I'll be on the phone with somebody, and it'll just be moments of like where it gets quiet for a second, and you realize time is still moving, other people are still moving in their purpose, but like right now we are so locked in on trying to achieve whatever it is we're trying to achieve. When we're recording it's one thing when that's a different moment. When I'm being recorded, like this moment right here. But when I'm in your producer's chair, when I have to like non-verbally communicate to the people, to the talent, when I have to catch time, when I gotta make sure audio is right, when I gotta rack focus, when I'm actually like, word to me feeling systemically invisible, when I'm making people feel visible in a very little or metaphorical way, that to me is when I am the most alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? When do you feel most alive, and what about it makes you feel that way?
I have a couple of things. It relates to work. It relates to, of course, being a host, being a producer. I've had previous guests come to me and express the fact that like, oh, I remember we did this episode, and it'd be like months later, maybe like a year later.
Yeah.
And like, I had to revisit that because I was either feeling this way or like, no, I'm just now looking back at like where I was and looking like where I am right now. And I just want to, say thank you or like, just express gratitude for letting me like be able to voice that.
Yeah.
That makes me feel alive.
Yeah.
Me noticing that the work that I'm doing, because there'd be times where I'm just like, I wonder, I wonder. It's fun, it's great.
Yeah.
I love this because I feel like it's collaborative work.
Yeah.
But also just knowing that you get to take a piece of this, like, extra for you. Like, this isn't just like, we get it, the Instagram post, the YouTube post, the publication, beautiful. Right. But this is also like something for you.
Yeah.
It's archival work, and I've said that before, it's archival work. And just being affirmed in that type of way, or just like being able to provide that is when I feel most alive.
Oh, it gets deep.
Yeah. And also that's synonymous to what I do as a social worker and a therapist. Yeah. So it's like I don't ever say like, I'm here to tell you what to do. You take it, you listen to me. It's never that. I'm meeting you where you're at. I'm just a facilitator for seeing if, figuring out what you need to do, what places you need to do, what skills, what coping mechanisms, or whatever you need to learn or enhance, or what you need to let go of. We're in the raw space of me watching you do that, and me making, like, I don't want to say suggestions, but
giving you options here.
Yeah, options.
Yeah.
Just making the options a little bit more clear, because I understand some people think it's so far out of their grasp.
Right.
And it's like, no, actually, this is much closer than you may think it doesn't appear. And it's like, okay, facilitating that, and then hearing if it does work out, or like, hey, it didn't work out, but I went with this.
Right.
And just seeing that blossom of a person's like whole new trajectory into what they desire, what they want. And who the person that they want to be. I think that's when I feel most alive, when it's reaffirmed about the work that I do, because the work that I do is, I don't want to say it's not measurable, but it's kind of like people will dumb it down, like, oh, you're just talking to people, or you just, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's not just talking to people. Because imagine the energy, the intention, the navigation of a conversation, or when you are facilitating someone's like a certain point, a certain season, it's like, damn, I'm just not talking to you. It's a lot of components that go into it. It's a very, very big moment for them. It's a very like impactful and raw space. So that, and then like the third thing that makes me feel alive is when I be doing pole exercises. I be feeling like flying.
Really?
I love that shit.
You look like you having a good time. You like you having a great time.
I only took like 4 classes, I want to say, ever in my life. I want to take some more because I got to get down with the technicalities of everything. But it feels like I'm flying. I love it. I feel so powerful. I feel so sexy and free, and like it's so fun.
You look very powerful.
Yeah, like
you look very, like I told you before, strong and moisturized. Strong and moisturized, girl.
I'll take it. take
but
it.
those, what you
I'll
just
take
reminded me of is, so you came to my Points and Portraits event, right? Where we had people do headshots and drawing portraits in a soapbox moment in the interview with me. My friend Steele, who was there. Steele is an artist. He is, I think y'all like the same age. A week later, we're in Steele's car eating salads, of course.
Eating salads.
Smoking weed.
Oh, gotcha.
We in Steele's car, and I'm like, oh, I got the photos back that you want to see.
Yeah.
And I show him his headshot, and he's looking down, and he looks at me, and he like pauses for a second. He's like, this is my first headshot.
Wow.
He's like, other than, and then he pauses, but I know it's behind the pause. The pause is like, he's been to jail a couple of times, so he's had some headshots for there. He's got a couple job applications where they take a picture, put on your ID. He's been in other people's pictures, but he's never had like his own shot.
Yeah.
And when I showed it to him, I almost started crying when he started talking
that's
about it.
gonna make me tear up a
I
little
was like,
bit.
bro, that's why we doing this, so that
Yeah.
you can have something, so that you felt like you were seen, like, because you are.
Yeah.
And it's so baffling to me how this wonderful artist, this contributor to other people's spaces, this person who lives in the modern century, has not had a headshot yet.
Yeah.
We got showing him that picture is like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be
this
doing.
was doing. Yeah.
This is it. This is the purpose. And yeah, we did it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah.
Wow, BeMo. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
stopping
having
by
me.
today.
Come
Can I
on.
give you a hug?
Of course. Yay.
BeMo, I'm
Yes.
excited for more of you, for more of your progress, for more of your evolution. It's gonna be a good time. And listen, when you and Deontay get together, just call me. Call me and be like, B,
got
you
you.
never know what. Guess what? I'm about to be here today. Guess what I'm about to do today?
Yes, you gotta
I'm
come
gonna be
with
like,
me.
listen,
Yeah.
listen. I'm like, I would like to be present.
Yes.
Look, but BeMo, thank you so much. Can you tell the people where people could contact you, get in touch with you, to view more
course.
of your work?
Of course. You can follow me on all social media platforms at BeMo Brown, BeMo Brown. You can check out the Substack, which is BeMoBrown.substack.com. We produce that quarterly. We have all types of shows going on. We got what's the morning show go? Wake and Bake with BeMo. We got Wake and Bake with BeMo, which will be coming back in April. We have a few more minutes, which is the season we'll be dropping with Vina here. We have the BeMo Randy B show, which is our cultural debate show. We have the Re-Up podcast, which is our music show.
Yes.
We have Mood Board, which is by my girl Candace coming out, and then we have the premiere of the Community Broadcast Network, right? So it just can't be, it's 7 shows, but like it just can't be my show. It's got to be the whole crew. It's got to be the peers. Like Issa Rae said, we got to rise together.
Together.
So that's what we
Network
doing.
across.
Find me, find them, find us.
You know,
You feel me? You feel me?
find me, find them, find
Find
us.
us.
BeMo, thank you so much for stopping by the Konfession Korner Podcast.
I feel confessed.
Yes. I am Vina J. This is Bryant BeMo Brown, and we are out. Peace.